Man, they ain't got it like that, man. Hating when we shine, but sleeping when we grind. Make a nigga lose his mind. How you got it like that?
Hey yo, check it out, bro. It's your boy 100 Shades, and I know y'all been waiting, but we ain't waiting no more. You know what I'm saying? Why wait? Piss. You can see it linked up with Piss Stop TV this time around, and we're back. And I ain't coming back with nothing less than the best guess I can ever come back with. You know what I'm saying? And this time around, we're gonna come back with none other than
Saint
huh,
Saint Pierre.
huh. One more time for the people in the back who
You
didn't hear
know what
you.
I mean? Yo, Saint Pierre, Saint for short, you know what I mean?
Man, how you living out here these days, bro?
Just living, man. Just living life, really enjoying this shit, you know what I'm saying? Making this music, Really, that's really all there is to it, man. And daily improvement. That's what I'm heavy on. You know what I mean? But outside of that, yo, just chilling.
Constant improvement. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, you, what's what's on your Instagram feed these days, man? What's the funniest thing you've seen lately on on the internet?
Man, it's been you what as you already know, man, because you follow me, you know what I mean? You can follow me on Saint X Pierre on Instagram, man. I'm always posting funny stuff. I mean, yo, like you never know what you gonna see nowadays, man. I just seen some crazy stuff over the last couple of days, man.
There's
Like,
been some
yo,
shit
like
up there. You know what I'm
yo,
saying?
definitely been some stuff out there, man. Like, yo, just people just brawling it out, you know what I mean? Between that, people just like, acting a damn fool, like, the usual. But yo, you just never know what you're gonna see on a day-to-day basis, man. Like, you go out there one day, man, like you just start seeing stuff that you would never expect. Like you go from like seeing like somebody fighting to like, people with conspiracies on like the whole alien joints. You just never know, man. Like nowadays,
I don't know
man.
about no aliens, but I don't know, man. I think Metro and this academics beef is probably some of the funniest shit I've
Oh
seen
yeah.
in a little minute. I think that's probably what's got me laughing.
Mm,
Definitely gotta be.
Yo, it's definitely funny, bro. Like, but the crazy thing is, bro, I seen, bro, I want to say last year, I was going down to like Miami and he was actually on the same flight as me. Bro is actually shorter than me, bro. Like he's not a threat at all. He be talking crazy on the internet. He does not look intimidating at all, bro. Like he a little dude, bro. He definitely got little person syndrome going on with him, but you know, you know how that is.
Oh man, he an internet gangster, man.
Yeah,
Thuggin', hey.
for sure.
Let me
For sure.
find out. Academics, they pull in your car. They say you ain't bigger than the Big Mac, man. Come on, man.
Barely bigger than the curd. You feel
Come
me?
on, man.
Yo.
Lil Act. That's your real name. Lil Act. But speaking of man, different names, bro. You got a different page. I see you was you play the 2K. What's up with that? You
Man,
also a streamer too. Speaking of the streamers, how's that going for you?
yo, it's just I'm in the beginning stages of that, man. Like, but as far as like the whole 2K thing, I've been on 2K for a while, man. Like for a while now, and I've seen it kind of. It's funny because I've seen it escalate like in certain situations. Because like when like in my first year of college, bro, like, and I had never seen it get to that point until I got there. Yo, people putting up like laptops, shoes, everything, like things they need on a day-to-day basis on a single game or 2K. It got crazy, got competitive, but it's just like kind of like that's when I was just like, nah, I gotta get nice. And then besides that, like, you know what I'm saying, the pandemic, we was all locked in the crib, so we ain't really have nothing else to do, you know what I mean, except for lock in on some 2K and just, talking to my people and whatnot. But
When you be streaming, what you be doing? You play like
so I primarily like for real, like I mainly play 2K, but I be playing like other games I like, you know what I'm saying, like the Call of Duties and I'll be playing like Apex and stuff like that from time to time. Like I'll be following certain people. Like I got like now I got more followers who be doing on that type of time. So I'll be like linking up with them, and it's crazy like seeing like the the huge like population of people that's out there that's like really doing it, and it's just like whether it's like men, women, you know what I'm saying, they got all different types of stuff and approaches on how they be going about it. So it's definitely interesting seeing how everybody build their own platform and go about it, man.
You nice for real? You not at like 2K or any of them
Oh,
shits?
I'm
You
I'm
nice
nice at
for real?
2K. I put money on with anybody.
Uh, Okay.
Anybody.
Basketball. You got your championship predictions in already?
Yeah, I'm always put, you know what I'm saying, Bron, the Lakers, and you know what I'm saying. I always gonna say, always gonna have them in the conversation. They looking good. They actually playing right now. You know what I'm saying. Hopefully they get that dub against the Knicks. But but yeah, as far as like my predictions for the NBA, I definitely got the at this point in time, I probably got either the Celtics or the Bucks coming out the East. As far as the West goes, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, like I think the Lakers really got a chance. But if it's not the Lakers, then you know what I'm saying, probably from a complete basketball standpoint, we got to see what the Suns looking like when KD get healthy, man. Like I know he had that goofy ass injury, during his warm up. We turned his ankle and he out for the rest of the season. But we gotta see what that look like. You know what I'm saying? Once he come back, and then we'll be able to make a more solid prediction on who gonna be in that final game, man. So
So KD is that great. He can
yeah.
him being in or out can change things.
Oh yeah, definitely. Him going to the Suns definitely changed everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the West has always been competitive, but it's been taken to another notch, you know what I'm saying, over the last, couple of weeks with some of the trades and everything that have taken place. And it's just like now, like, you look at the West, like you can win a game, you can lose a game, and you can completely change, you know what I'm saying, yourself within the standing. So it's definitely competitive out there. It's definitely something good to watch, especially when the playoffs start. Like the West is gonna be where I'm keeping the majority of my, you know what I'm saying, my eyes on and my attention on. So
Definitely keep eyes on ten. Okay. So who else did you keep your eyes on I guess growing up? Who was like maybe some of your favorite players, and then who were some of your favorite artists growing up?
so as far as like as basketball only or football or just in general.
Well, basketball, since
All
we was
right.
talking about
All
sport.
right, so if you talking about basketball, of course I'm gonna say Kobe. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Kobe.
R.P.
Bron,
Code.
AI. You know what I'm saying? He from the hometown. You know what I mean? Uh, Definitely say T Mac. T Mac is definitely on that list of people that I watched growing up. And I'll probably say, you know what I'm saying? If I were to throw somebody else in there, probably Shaq. Shaq, definitely, definitely watched him for a majority of my lifespan, you know what I mean?
You ain't had no choice for
Yeah,
real,
yeah.
like
Nah, you ain't had no choice. You know what I'm saying? You had the Kobe and Shaq era. Then you got Shaq, branching off, going with the Heat with D Wade, and you know what I'm saying? Like just seeing the end of his career, which is crazy to like even think about. Like, with some of these great players, like I didn't had the opportunity, and a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, our age group didn't had a lot like an opportunity to be able to see somebody from the beginning of their career to the end of their career. You know what I'm saying? And that's definitely a beautiful experience to, watch that and watch some of these different players develop. But as far as like music goes, man, my like me growing up like with music, there's so many different artists I probably say that I like grew up listening to. A lot of inspiration of me personally have come from like more like the West Coast sound, West Coast artists, whether it be the Dr. Dre's of the world, the Snoops of the world, things of that nature. I definitely grew up on that type of sound and everything like that. I know for a fact, like the first, and it sounds so crazy thinking about it right now. The first ever album that I came in contact with is probably like, and I was probably like I was super young. Like I had no business coming in contact with the joint, but it was actually the Slim Shady joint that one of my like older, like it was an older classmate. He was like riding my bus or whatever, and he let me hold it. So I listened to it, you know what I'm saying? And my parents they caught wind of it and they were like, "Nah, you got to get this back to him tomorrow. Like, yo, you can't listen to no more of this. Like, get this out of the house." So that's definitely the first album like I've like ever come in contact with. But as far as like, other artists goes, obviously, Clips, Pharrell, Timberland, Missy Elliott, all of them, I grew up and listened to.
Shout
Um
out the home team for
yeah,
sure.
definitely. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, because of like where we are like located on the map, it's like we're too south to be considered the north and too north to be considered the true south. So it's just like being in like in our area, like I listen to like anywhere like all the New York based rappers and everything like that. But then also at the same time I listen to a lot of like, of rappers from the South, like whether it be like a Gucci or you know what I'm saying, the Outcast of the world, things of that nature. And I definitely grew up on that sound too. So
Which out of all those influences, who has that one song or who's that one artist or that one album you turn to if you ever get stuck creatively that bring you back and be like, all right, yeah, I can do this again.
I mean, I'll probably say like anything like, and this is another name I ain't even like mention is like Kanye, man. Like Kanye, anything like Kanye related, like I definitely pull a lot of inspiration from because like Kanye was like he was part of the first ever like concert I ever attended. Like, ever. Like, yo, like seeing like Kanye first time. And it's actually funny, like, cause I went my mom's friend, she took me out to a concert. It was at the Hampton Coliseum, so I'll never forget it. But Kanye was actually opening up for Usher at the time. So that was my first ever concert that I ever went to. But like to see even Ye from like, the college dropout onward, you know what I'm saying, to like, the sound that he ended up developing, like, and just pulling inspiration from that time because you can hear it like from track to track, everything. Like, even if you watch Genius now on Netflix, it's just like you kind of understand and you get a feel for like how much work that man put in to get to the spot that he is now. You know what I'm saying? So,
For sure. For sure. So talk put in work.
yeah,
You put in work every day, man.
yeah.
You got a new single. Stay active, yo. What all went into that right there?
Um, I mean, it like I actually been sitting on that song for like a little bit. I ended up recording it with Razor. Shout out to Razor, man. Big shout out to Razor. But Razor ended up recording it. I recorded it with him. Ended up getting mixed and mastered by Biggs. But as far as stay active, man, like it kind of came from a place of like, I mean, I'm a big time runner. Like, you know what I'm saying? People that know. But like I run like every single day. Like there's not a day that I don't go run. But I just had that one of those moments where it's just like, yo, I'm constantly like flicking through different songs like during a run or during a workout. And it's just like I just don't have that one song that I be going to. So it's just like kind of like my headspace was like, yo, like how can like make a song that fits within that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a song that like, yo, people can work out to, you know what I'm saying? Get moving, get you going, you know what I mean? Whatever the case may be. And that's really like what I poured into Stay Active. And that's what it ended up like becoming, you know what I mean? And now it's just like it's kind of crazy because now I'm getting like TikToks made on it, you know what I'm saying? People dancing, people are doing outdoor activities, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I know like my boy, shout out to Darius, but he got his own soccer league that he's running, and he didn't pushed it out there. So it's just like it's definitely falling into, the plan of like, people just staying active, just doing what they love to do, moving on the move, everything like that. So yeah.
Taking real life and turning it into a song, bro. That shit
Yeah.
hard. Hey, so what got you into running though?
What got me in the running for is just like, yo, like during the pandemic, the gyms were closed, we were just locked in the crib, like ain't had nothing to do, but it was just like only the outdoors. You know what I mean? And just me being the person I am, I'm just like, bro, I can't just sit here and do nothing. You know what I'm saying? And let days and weeks pass by with me just being stagnant and everything like that. So that's kind of what fueled that, man. Like, and just, like just keeping up with my different, like my times and everything like that, and just constantly just wanting to improve. Like it kind of started from like, you know me barely being able to finish a mile to like now I can like knock out like 4 miles, like, you know what I'm saying, in one sitting without stopping and things of that nature. So that's really where it came from. It's just like, yo, like I just kept on pushing it forward. Continually got better, continually kept on putting that work in, day out until I got to the point where I am now. So
I see. Okay, okay. That constant improvement, constantly coming back.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying, to the forefront of who you are. So, what about how do you do with reviews and critique? I see a couple of you've gotten a couple of reviews already.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? So what's like your science maybe behind how you release music? Like how you getting these reviews and stuff already?
it's just like my mentality when it comes to that, like stuff like that. It's just that I tried to cast the biggest net as possible. So like, yo, like I'll push music, like obviously, you know what I'm saying? You want to push your music on like an Instagram or Twitter or whatever the case may be. But there's other parts of the internet that like we don't really think about, or we kind of neglect, where we should be pushing, like, you know what I'm saying, our content toward. So it's just like, yo, for me, it's just like, yo, like like I keep up with like what's working, what's not working. You know what I'm saying? Where certain content works, or where I get like the most views or plays, or things of that nature, and just keep on pushing it. Because I mean, ultimately at the end of the day, like you never know what's gonna catch on and what's gonna work and what doesn't work. Like for example, like I could post something on TikTok that, you know what I'm saying, and it works, whereas I won't get that same viewership on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like, or for example, like I could post, my song on all these different platforms, but my top song on iTunes could be completely different than my top song on Spotify. So it's just like kind of like just trying to push your music everywhere, and then from that point, like, people start catching on, and that's when you start getting, messages and emails and different things like that. And you also like look for tools that, you know, that labels have access to, and try to replicate those things and utilize it to your advantage, you know what I'm saying, as an independent artist. So that's what I'm always looking for. Like that's what I'm always looking at, and that's how I go about pushing my music. You know what I'm saying? In the way I do.
Outside of the internet, do you got any other strategies you got in place to push the music?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. So, I know like in the coming months, I'm gonna definitely make a better stride at doing live performances, and things of that nature. Whether it be here in the area or whether it be outside of the area, but kind of, doing a little bit more as far as performing goes. Cause like, to be completely honest with you, like I've only done that like maybe once or twice. You know what I mean? And one of them times was like, I don't know if you remember that spot, 37th and Zen,
Yeah,
but I
yeah, for sure.
performed there. Yeah, like one of my first shows was there. And it was like only like a handful of people there, but I mean, at least I got like the opportunity to do it. You know what I'm saying? See what that is like. But I think for me personally, that's gonna be like my next step in my progression and how I move forward is just performing. You know what I mean? Definitely performing and pushing my music in that way.
So making sure you getting the people. All right. Trying to get your face out there for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely want to do that. So let's talk about actually making the music. Do you have like a routine creative process or anything like that?
Yeah, like as far as me making music, like, and it sounds weird, but like for me, I'm more of like a visually, like I get stimulated off of visuals or like how something looks or like maybe staring at a picture and being like, all right, like I'm thinking of like this storyline or thinking of this like atmosphere or this world and kind of building songs and like music around that, if that makes sense. So it's just like I could look at like a picture of like, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe it's like some ice or something like that and just like already have like start develop like a concept behind it of like what that might sound like or what this like even though like it might not make sense, but like just like kind of visualizing that and like, yo, what pairs well with this visual? Because like for example, like as of recently, I've been like developing my own artwork and just making my own artwork and everything like that. So like for me, it's just like I'll start with like a artwork, build out the artwork, maybe make a title to it, and then kind of go from there. Be like, all right, well, for this project, I'm gonna add these type of songs, or I'm gonna have this type of vision or this type of feel to this project, and then kind of go from there. Honestly, so.
You go to art exhibits often?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Like I'm definitely one of those type of dudes that be like looking at like a painting and be like, yo, what was like where was this dude's headspace when he making this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like with some pieces of art, you can be like, all right, man, this man was like in a dark place. Like, yeah, he was going through it, he was fighting demons. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like with other pieces, it's like, all right, well, this is like some very lighthearted, like they were in like a space of like, peace and things of that nature. You can kind of look at it and be like, all right, I can see where he was going with when he was making this painting or doing this like piece of art or whatever the case may be. So yeah, to definitely answer your question, I'll be going to all types of art exhibits, like whether it's like your traditional like paintings and things of that nature to like more of like the 3D art spaces to you know like these new type of like visually oriented like art exhibits that they're having now. Like they got like no, well, this is supposed to be coming to Virginia Beach, but like the Van Gogh experience where they have like all different surfaces of each surface has something projected onto it and you watching the story behind each and every piece and stuff like that like just get me going like cuz it's like dog like this is the type of thing like you think about in your mind and then you seeing it like actually being played out all around you is like definitely something that definitely get me going and get me inspired. So yeah.
Hmm. What about like real life and like things you go through? Does that like help or hurt your creative process? Like, is it easier to make songs when everything good or when everything bad, or how does that?
So for me, it's just like kind of like it really doesn't matter like what type of mood. Like I mean, it kind of helps in a sense because it allows you to have like a variety of sound in regards to your music. So like for example, like I might have like super high energy one day. So then I like want to go make like a higher energy song. Or it'd be some days like I'll be cooling it, chilling, you know what I'm saying? And that's the type of like music that I want to pair that with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Me just like driving a car, just going, you know what I'm saying, going somewhere, whether it be going to the beach, going here, going there, and making a like a song that kind of fits that atmosphere. Um And that's how I kind of go about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? As far as my day to day, it's just like, yo, I think about some of the different activities or the things I'm doing, and it's like, yo, like, how can I make like, how can I make songs for like this type of space or that type of space or this type of like environment, and kind of go from there. You know what I'm saying? So
Nah, no bullshit.
yeah.
So outside of the type of spaces, what type of people you keep around yourself, bro?
Um, bro, like I keep the best people around me. Like I keep people that I ain't got to question. You know what I'm saying? If I it's at the point that I got to question anything you doing, like I gotta, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, all right, man. I gotta pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Really pay attention to how people move and things like that. You know what I mean? Obviously, you want to always have good people around you. You should never have to question the type of people that you surround yourself with. You should always feel like you know what I'm saying, you in a comfortable space. You shouldn't feel like you on your toes, you know what I'm saying, at all times and things like that. Or have to have your guard up all the time. When you're around the people that you truly trust and the people that you should be surrounding yourself with, and then also putting yourself around people that like um can actually teach you things. You know what I'm saying? I think that's very much like very important. You know what I mean? Put yourself around people that can teach you different things or give you a different view on things. You know what I mean? We might have, you know what I'm saying, we might get along and everything like that, but maybe you looking at something from a completely different perspective than I'm looking at it doesn't necessarily like you going against me, but like it's just like, have you thought about, like, you know what I'm saying, this different angle to a situation? And I think that's like very important to have people like that in your life. You know what I'm saying? So
Who's been that like person or some of the people you learn the most from?
um I mean, like I probably say everybody that that I'm around, everybody that like I surround myself with, you know what I'm saying? My friends, everybody has a different background. So it's just like, yo, like I have some friends that they, you know what I'm saying, they work in the field of marketing. So they putting me on to like some marketing things. I got other people that I know that, they might, they still doing the music thing. They had like, yo, have you thought about doing this or have you thought about doing that? So they got my mind going in that direction. Then you got the people that like, you know what I'm saying, whether it be like, social media or they trying to be an influencer, whatever the case may be. They're like, yo, have you thought about this? Like as far as branding, this, that, and the other. So they get my mind going in that direction. So it's just like everybody like kind of teaching me things or learning, like we all like trade kind of different skills and things of that nature to kind of become more well-rounded and just learn new things. You know what I'm saying? Things that we don't necessarily think about on a day-to-day basis, and just having people like that around is very important.
You got somebody in your circle who opinion really matter? Like you about to drop something, you gotta spin it by them. Or 100 people can like it, but if this one person don't like it, it might be an issue.
No, like honestly, when it comes to stuff like that, like I'll shoot like a song out to like or like songs out to people, and it'd be like I like sending like I send it to people who are like hard critiquers. Like I like people who are like super duper hard on me, like about everything, and just like give me like the blunt truth. I mean, it sounds crazy, but like I feel like I learn the most from those type of people. But I try to get like, or I guess like I put the most weight behind people who don't make music, who are just music listeners. You know what I'm saying? Not music makers. Like I like getting the opinion from them because I rather get that opinion from somebody who don't know the process, don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? You got to go in the booth, record, mix, master, you know what I'm saying? Go through all these different steps, who have just an appreciation of like just listening to the music than the people who are making the music. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if somebody who doesn't make music is just like telling me like, yo, like this shit sound good. Now I'm like, all right, well, I'm in the right direction because they're like, this person doesn't has no clue of what goes into this process, but they're telling me like, you know what I'm saying? I'm making the moves in the right direction. So I'll probably put it like that. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. What about maybe not music listeners, but like your friends and family, do they show you support for your music?
I definitely say like my friends they show me the most support for my music. My family, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I think like my mom, she's listened to my music before. She like asked me why I always cussing and stuff like that, and we always had like kind of had like, you know what I'm saying, a joking conversation about that and whatnot. But yeah, I definitely think like my friends, you know what I'm saying, they support me. Like it's kind of one of those situations, where they might not always repost or share my stuff, but they out there streaming, and I feel like that's like huge. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather take that support honestly, you just going out there, clicking on a song, listening to a song, or putting in your playlist or whatever the case may be over, you know what I'm saying, to share or whatever. But that's just me personally. You know what I mean?
Nah, for sure. That's like the metric that actually really matters.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I really
exactly.
want you to play it.
Yeah.
So, speaking of family, then what was like? So let's talk about it, right? What was growing up like? What was childhood like?
Um, Childhood.
Easy,
Um,
tough.
I wouldn't necessarily say it was like easy. I definitely think that like, for me personally, I definitely had some ups and downs across the path. But I mean, at the end of the day, those are that's the type of, story that builds us, you know what I'm saying? Helps build character, helps build like, you know what I'm saying, who you are to this day. You know, like my parents, they made me work for like the things that I wanted, you know what I mean? Like when I wanted the Xbox, like yo, I had to go out there, cut grass, take out trash, doing this, doing that, you know what I'm saying? All around the neighborhood, just grinding, just to figure out like, you know what I'm saying, how I'm gonna get the bread or whatever the case may be. It was like for the most part it was definitely, grind for the things that I wanted, even like even when it came to shoes, like, you know what I'm saying, like I had to grind for that, you know what I mean, and figure out, start working and getting the bread together for that and whatnot. But I mean, we definitely had like I definitely had some ups and I definitely had some downs, but that's what made me the type of person I am today, you know what I mean? So
So, what shaped you the most, man? What was like the most traumatic thing you had to go through, overcome?
I think for me personally, like growing up just bouncing around cribs, you know what I'm saying, different households and things of that nature. Um and just having times where it's just like, you know, where are we going to be next? You know what I mean? Where am I going to be next? Where am I going to go next? You know what I'm saying? And those times, definitely were trying times, but fortunately enough, like, me and my family kind of made it on the other side of it for the most part. But those are the times that I look back on the most, and those are the things that like those are the times that kind of push me to want to always improve, to always want to, keep on working and, continually having that drive day in, day out to get better. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's like, the whole music thing, whether it's me working, whatever the case may be, like my personal relationships with people, but it's just constant improvement, constant motion. You know what I'm saying? Like people be saying, but
And somebody who's constantly stuck on improvement, do you have maybe like a highlight or proudest moment of your life yet?
um, I mean, I definitely have a few, but it's just like for me, like it's like with having that type of mentality, it's just like it's always that constant feeling of like I gotta do more. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why like so many people are like I would say kind of excited about me getting my hands on music because they know like my work ethic. You know what I'm saying? Like they know how hard I work at things, and it's just like a matter of me just like figuring everything out. And once I figure things out, then you know what I'm saying? I can definitely push myself to a whole new, you know what I'm saying, level with it. So yeah.
Pushing yourself to new levels. I fucks with it,
Yeah.
man. Um, so One more time for the people who don't know, bro. Where are you from? Like you from here, but what part?
Yo, so I was born in Norfolk, but I spent a majority of my life in Virginia Beach. As far as where I'm from College Park. Like that's my neighborhood. Like that's where I spent a majority of my life. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody from there. You know what I'm saying? But that's where I'm from. Like if somebody were to ask me where I'm from, that's where I'm from.
What's it like being an artist from Virginia, in your opinion?
Um, it's it's definitely a different experience. It's like definitely a situation of like, I feel like we gotta work a little bit harder being from here. I feel like there's more barriers being from here. Um, but I think it also like scopes us into being the most unique individuals that come out of a particular area. Cause it's like you really think about everybody that has come out of here and it's just like they're just damn near at the top. You know what I'm saying? When they come out of here, it's just like think about like Pharrell, like you know what I'm saying? He's one of the greatest producers of all time. Timberland, he's one of the greatest producers of all time. You know what I'm saying? Missy Elliott, she's one of the greatest female artists to ever, you know what I'm saying, come out of here. And even on a smaller scale, it's just like, yo, like you think about like all the artists that come out of here, and it's just like we're so unique and we stand out of like all of the pack, like you know what I'm saying, of like all the different areas that you know what I'm saying are pushing the artists. But I mean, I think it kind of molds us into being definitely like the most unique group of individuals or artists to be in the game. You know what I mean? As far as coming out of Virginia, so
And Mr. Constant Improvement. So I want you to fill in the blank. All Virginia needs is
all Virginia needs probably say is unity, man. We need unity. We need unity. We need to like everybody need to come together and stop trying to, I get it's a competition. I get that, you constantly, measuring up to the next person next to you, but there needs to be more unity across the board, like especially in the music space. It's just like we be competing against each other, but it's just like if we all came together, if everybody just like, you know what I'm saying, that one person at the top, took the time to reach their hand back and pull that next man up and that next person to teach what has already been taught to them, I think that would definitely go a long way for this area. I definitely think that it would make a huge impact on our music and the culture surrounding our music. And we could definitely be that next big area, then what I'm saying, like to have a lot of artists popping out of. Like we could be the next New York, we can be the next Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? We can be the next Texas or Cali or whatever the case may be. But it's just a matter. It starts with that unity. Everybody coming together.
do you think there's any other reason we can't find that unity outside of maybe just comparison?
Um,
Is it something deeper than that? Maybe.
I think it's like I think our area and one of the things that we need to improve on in the area is capitalizing on the foot traffic that comes in from like the tourists. You know what I'm saying? Especially with Virginia Beach artists in particular. If we could figure out a way of like capitalizing on that audience that comes here for like, all these different festivals and all these different events, whether it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like all these random events that we have now that's going on down at the beach. If we were able to better capitalize on that audience that comes in and out of here, I think it would definitely go a long way for our music and for our area.
And speaking of improvements, I know the area can improve. What are some things you're constantly yourself personally and trying to improve?
So I'm trying to like from a music perspective, like trying to improve as an artist, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be my sound, if I'm not working on like, you know what I'm saying, being in the studio, what ways can I work on marketing myself, you know what I mean, and improving that. Growing my fan base, what can I do to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like not only about like the music, like you know what I mean, but like what relationships can I build? You know what I'm saying? Who do I need to know? Who's gonna help me? Get to that next level? Who could possibly be? And I'm not opposed to it at all, but like who could be that mentor figure in my life? You know what I'm saying? From a music perspective, to help guide me into the right direction and things of that nature, and just also like learning the business of music, and becoming more aware of like what I'm saying, like some of the different terminologies and the different contracts, and the difference between taking maybe your more traditional like record deal, and or maybe possibly going with like just a publishing deal, or whatever the case may be, and just learning all these different aspects to the game, not only what I record, but everything else that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? So.
No, it's dope. It's a lot of it was a lot. It seems like a central focus on like the more to the business aspect,
Hmm.
and obviously that's like a lot of things you would definitely want somebody specialized in.
Mm.
So I ain't gonna ask you to rate yourself on your business, but I am gonna ask you to rate yourself on a couple of these topics. All right.
All right.
So 1 through 10, yo, what would you rate your bars?
Rate my bars 1 through 10.
Yeah.
I think right now I'll probably be like 6.5, 7. I can
Cool.
get there.
6.5,
It's
7.
like, yo,
Okay.
you gotta really like you gotta be realistic. Like, yo, being like 10, 10, 10, like it's not realistic, bro. Like you
Be
gotta be
better
real.
than Wayne
Yeah,
and like
yo, like you know what I'm saying? Like like think about that. Like, you know what I mean? Like you have like a Wayne, or you know what I'm saying? Even like, you know what I'm saying? Like who else can you think of?
a
Like,
lot of people with the
if you
bars.
if you were to, nah, all this aside, like if you would say like top lyricists, who would you say right now?
Well, due to my bias, I'm still gonna go Wayne. He
Okay,
just said too much to,
yeah,
yeah, he said too much to ever take it away.
that's what I'm saying. Like, so it's just like if you comparing yourself to Wayne, where you at? Like, you know what I'm saying?
You not on, I'm not
You
on his level.
you know what I mean? Like, yo, but we all got to be realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just it's like it's really that you know what I'm saying, that transparency and that part of like us as an artist, like, yo, we gotta be realistic. It's just like, yo, like we competing against so many people in the world. I think the number, I was looking at it the other day, it's like the number of like songs that go on streaming platforms is like 20K songs a
A
day
day.
to go on a streaming platform, and that's what we competing with day in, day out. So yeah, I'll definitely say like
So
6.
he at least better than 6.5
I would say,
percent.
I'm definitely in the upper half, the upper half. I'm gonna
We
be
definitely.
realistic. I'm gonna be
All right.
realistic. I'm gonna be
So
realistic.
1 through 10, what would you rate your flow then? Like,
My flow,
yeah,
probably put it at the same level,
about 6.5.
6.5.
What about your originality or content matter?
I'll probably say like content and like originality. I'll probably put like 8.
8.
I'll probably put that at 8.
Yeah, definitely being yourself. What about your beat selection? You think you pick
Yeah.
like the hardest beat stuff, or you rap on anything? How you feel?
I feel like that's about like, yeah, it's between 7 and 8. Cause like, but like, yo, I didn't rap on your shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, like, yo, you tough, man. But like, I think where it kind of starts with me, like, as far as like my beats, like I used to like when I was younger, I used to make beats.
Mm.
So it's just like me having an ear for it, like, you know what I'm saying, certain beats from even back then, like. I feel like I make a solid selection when it comes to like beats. Like, yeah, I think I got a solid. I'm not gonna rap on no like bikini bottom type beat. Like, yeah, it's like, yeah, that's just not me. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I definitely be picking out some solid beats. Like, that is something I'm like, all right, I'm pretty confident in. You know what I'm saying? So.
So what you go? That was about a 9, 10. Which is up there.
We gotta be realistic, man. We gotta be realistic. So we're gonna say between a 7 and a 8. We're gonna go 7.5.
7.5 on a
Seven.
beat selection. All
Yeah,
right, and the
7.5.
last one right
All right.
here.
Yeah.
Well, how would you rate the drip? How you
The
gonna rate
drip.
the fit? How you dress?
Come on now.
What's the
Come on, come on now.
Uh-oh,
Come
pop
on
that now he
now.
found one he gonna pop his shit on.
Yo, I definitely gotta pop my shit, man. Like, yo, definitely a 10 on that shit. Like, 10
Oh,
on fucking drip. Like, there ain't too many, man. There ain't too many like me, man. I'm gonna just go ahead and sit on that, and you know what I'm saying? And yeah, stand on that shit. Like, yo, like a 10. And it's not even debatable.
it's not even close.
It's not even debatable. I mean, there's only a few of people like off top, like I can think of, like yo, fit for fit. Like if we had a fit off, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there would be even contestants in that shit. So it's just like, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. I like it.
definitely,
I
definitely a
like
10,
it.
definitely a
And
10,
shit. Okay.
definitely a 10.
So I think overall he scored about a good 40 points on the whole scale. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? 40, you know what I'm saying, out the 50. He was
hmm
being real modest with
had
everything
to,
else, you know what I'm
had
saying?
to.
Realistic.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Outside of constantly improving, and you know what I'm saying, what keeps you going though? Like what'll make you what's something you might tell yourself if you feel like you're procrastinating or not doing enough?
Um, I think, yo, it's crazy, and it's gonna sound crazy, but it's just like in my crib, like I got like it's actually Kobe's face, but it has like a quote from him, and he's like sitting here breaking down like basically daily motivation and like how like you need to constantly be working, constantly improving, everything like that, and that's like part of like where it comes from. But like for me, it's just like always like that hunger of trying to like improve and be better. Like I think that's what like really drives me from like day to day. It's just like the competitor in me wants to get better. Even if I like fail at something, I might lose, whatever the case may be. It's just like always that feeling of like, bro, like I can always get better. Like if I all I got to do is just put the work in, but I can always be better at something. Like there's something I can't ever be like, oh, I'm perfect at this or I'm perfect at that or I'm perfect at all these things. Like no, that's not realistic. It's just like, bro, like that hunger of like always wanting to get better, always trying to like, yo, like what do I need to do to get to this point? What do I need to do not only to get this point, but also get this? And that always having that vision or kind of like always having that next goal to kind of like push myself toward is what motivates me every day, man. Being goal driven. So
You got any people on your goals? Is there like anybody you plan to like cross paths with or work with?
um I mean, like honestly, I don't mind working with anybody. Like, no one is off the table. Like, I think part of me, like, obviously, I want to work with other artists from the area and everything like that. Um, I'm also open to working with people outside of the area, but I want to like, as far as like it goes, it's like, yo, like I want to work with, you know what I'm saying? Whoever the toughest at rapping, I want to work it with, you know what I'm saying, R&B, you know what I'm saying, be on some R&B stuff, like start singing, you know what I mean? Working on that catalog and then, you know what I mean? Switch over from that, maybe work on some pop music, you know what I'm saying? Never know, you know what I mean? Whatever,
Keep that shit going.
just keep on going and keep on working and figuring out like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, pull something from every different direction and, kind of helped me develop as an artist. So definitely, bro. Like, yeah.
You kind of got a vision on a 5-year plan as far as your artistry goes.
So 5 year plan. I definitely want like I wouldn't say necessarily I have a 5 year plan, but I definitely have goals that I've set out for myself um that I want to accomplish. Like one of my goals is to get 100K streams. I want to start there and then kind of go build beyond that point. I want to get at least like, you know what I'm saying? Also I want to get like a certain amount of like subscribers on YouTube to like my personal channel. That's like another goal that I've set for myself, but it's not necessarily a time frame associated with it. It's just a matter of like there's certain things on my personal list or my personal to-do list that I'm trying to get toward, and I'm trying to figure out like what's the best route of getting there. And that's how I stay. Like that's how I go about my goal setting as an artist. It's just like kind of like for me, like when I started out, I was like, oh, all I want is like 1,000 streams for one song. And it's just like, yo, you get to that shit so quick. And it's like, damn, like, well, like, well, let me push this goal even further. So let me get 100K, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be, like through natural progression. But just like I make little goals like that for myself, and that's what I'm working toward now, like as an artist. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I wanna put out a certain amount of music, you know what I'm saying? I haven't reached that point yet, so I gotta keep on working, you know what I mean? Like I need to, you know, I wanna make at least one R&B song, you know what I'm saying? Set that goal. You know what I'm saying? Keep it progression, you know what I'm saying, going forward. Like, you know what I'm saying? Start with one, maybe get to, 50, then 100, and then yada yada yada, and kind of go from that point. So that's how I set goals, like as far as me being an artist and me making music and stuff like that. So
What's the immediate next goal? What's I mean, we got the single out now. What's like the next goal? What's the next thing we
oh,
gonna expect from you?
definitely, like I already got a project ready to go right now, so y'all probably get that the soonest. And then from that point, like yo, like I'm definitely gonna be locking in with some different people to get some different sounds out there. But my real like really my goal for this year is to get at least 3 projects out. If I can get at least 3 projects out, I'll definitely be happy. But that's the current goal that I'm on course for right now. And kind of go from there. So
He ain't playing. He running the miles and running them up on the
mhm,
track too. You
yeah,
feel me?
yeah,
You talk about 3 projects this year.
yeah,
Coming out the gate swinging. He already got the single out. About to get some more visuals going on.
yeah.
Yo, what else? What else you got going
I'm
on, man? Let
hungry,
them know,
man. I'm
man.
hungry, man.
Stay
Like
hungry.
I want it, man. Like I definitely, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely hungry. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely want to keep on working and getting better as an artist. And you know what I'm saying. If there's anybody out there, you know what I'm saying, that want to link up, want to work, I'm definitely open to it. You know what I'm saying. Whether it be through them sending me beats, whether us hopping on the track, whatever the case may be, I'm gonna keep on working with you. You know what I'm saying.
Already know.
Always,
Put that
but
work in.
yeah, man. Like I'm definitely open to everything right now. But just as long as what I'm saying, I'm doing what I need to do. Like that's the most important thing. So,
And where they gonna find you at, man? Where they gonna find you if they ready to work with you?
man, they
How they
can,
get in contact with
yo.
you?
So you can hit me up on any social media platform. It's Saint X Pierre. Can find me anywhere. And then from there, you can send it to my email at saintxpierre@gmail.com. So if they want to get a hold of me, either way, you know what I'm saying? That's definitely the way to go to get a hold of me, man. So
And y'all heard it here first, man. Saint X Pierre, man. Boy, Saint. It's been a pleasure chopping it up with you, man.
always, man.
On Wild Wait Podcast, Pit
Yeah,
Stop TV, as you can see. Once again, it's your boy 100 Shades. Check us out. We're gonna keep these coming. You got any last words? Anything you want to tell them? Once again.
man, that's it, man. Yo, like, like I said, if y'all trying to work, let me know. Y'all trying to run that 2K, catch these L's, let me know. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much it, man. Like, that's all.
Try to work, you try to get that work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Tap in with my boy Saint. You already know, and we're gonna report it right here on Wild Wait. What you waiting for, man? Just get to work. You know what I'm saying? Just make it happen.
yeah,
Get it done.
yeah.
And it looks like we out, motherfuckers.
All right, man.